Hey guys, Strike here, and welcome to Mount and Blade Warband, which just so happens to be one of my favorite games of all fucking time. And why am I suddenly playing it now, you ask? With fucking Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord on the way and as of recording, 3 days from now? Well, this is one of my favorite games of all fucking time. I've wanted to do a playthrough of this ever since I started my channel, way back in 2014, the OG channel. And I just never got around to it. So what better time than with a new game releasing in 2 days to start a fucking playthrough? Many better times apparently, but this is the one we're choosing. Now, I am playing with a mod I have never used before. I have hundreds of hours in this game, and I have very rarely played modded because the base game is just so expansive. I am going with the Diplomacy mod, because that just adds an absolute shitload of options to the game. You can fuck with kingdoms in different ways, and I'm very excited for it. But now, we're gonna start a new game. We're gonna get right into this. Welcome, adventurer, to Diplomacy. Shut up. What? Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually... Yes, why are you telling me about diplomacy? I know what I'm doing, I've played before. We're gonna be male, purely because I'm male, and it does make things a little bit easier for us. I have also possibly thought about our backstory and what we're gonna be, so... You were born years ago, in a land far away. Your father was a thief. We're going with a thief. We're gonna be a quick boy. As the son of a thief, you had very little formal education. Instead, you were out on the street, begging until you knew how to cut purses, cutting purses until you learned how to pick locks, all the way through your childhood. Still, these long years made you streetwise and sharp to the secrets of cities and shadowy backways. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a steppe child. As a boy growing out of childhood, you rode the great steppe. I don't know if that's steps. It might be steps. I've always called it steppe. It's probably steps. On a horse of your own, learning the ways of the grass and the desert. Although you sometimes went hungry, you became a skillful hunter and pathfinder in this trackless country. Your body, too, started to harden with muscle as you grew into the life of a nomad man. Then, as a young adult, life changed as it always does. You became... We're going to be a troubadour. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. You set out on your own with nothing except the instruments slung over your back and your own voice. It was a poor existence, with many a hungry night when people failed to appreciate your play. But you managed to survive on your music alone. As the years went by, you became adept at playing the drunken crowds in your taverns, and even better at talking anyone out of anything you wanted. Exactly what I wanted. I knew that'd give us charisma. I very rarely play as a troubadour. But soon, everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision was, now I've got a choice of personal revenge, the loss of a loved one, wanderlust, being forced out of your home, and lust for money and power. I want our guy to be like a little bitch teenager who just wants to go out and he's just going to experience the world and all the horrible things that happen in it. And I think the best way for him to experience that is pure wanderlust. That's what we're going to do. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. You're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became the mundane. But your dreams of wandering have taken over your life. Whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely for the open road and the freedom to travel, you could no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny! Will the game's saving policy be? You will allow me to quit without saving because I'm a bitch and we will probably need it. We're throwing our intelligence up to 8, our charisma's high, our agility's high, our strength is meh. That's kind of how I like it. I like playing a speedy, fast-talking kind of guy. So I'm going to throw 2 points into persuasion if it lets me. Yeah, there we go. We'll throw up some into surgery because I like surgery. Surgery, if you don't know, basically allows people in your party that would normally die to potentially survive if you save them in time. They're also going to be out of action for a little bit, but it's worth it. We're going to throw... We already got pathfinding points. That's good. Maybe put some points in trainer. I actually really do like having trainer. Wound treatment and First aid I'm also considering. As well as leadership. We already have leadership. I want prisoners. We'll put one in there. And since it's early on, and I feel like we would have learned it as a poor boy, we'll shove some points into trade, which is less useful and more role-playing there. I feel like that's what our dude would have learned. I don't think we're necessarily going to be... Why do I have 2 points in power throw? Power throw? When am I ever going to use throw? I'm not going to use throw. I'm going to throw points into crossbows, because I like crossbows. That's my favorite ranged weapon in this game. And our name will be... Probably should have thought this far ahead. We are, okay. We're a badass adventurer who's going out in the world to find himself. His name is... Keith. Keith. His name is not Keith. His name is... Kyrus. Moongazer. Is that it? Moongaze. Kyrus Moongaze. That's actually a pretty cool fantasy name that I've just thought up off the top of my head. That wasn't bad. And we will jump right in to the character creation. This might take me a while. So I will jump ahead. Let me just quickly take a look at what kind of faces we can have. Oh, this is such a throwback, man. This is such a throwback. I actually did try to record this a little while ago, and I was using a different mod, but the mod was broken, basically, so or at least I couldn't get it working. So, the faces are now much more limited than what I was working with before, but let me see if I can make a particularly badass boy. Okay, we've got a relatively good base here. There's a few finishing touches I want to make, like a beard, and yeah, and his nose is absolutely destroyed, actually. It looks like it's been flattened. It looks like he's been chasing pod cars again, you fucking moron. So, let's have that come... No, it's not even... It's not the size of it that's the problem. It's just flattened. What the hell happened there? No shape? Yeah, it's no shape that's the problem. No, don't be a piggy boy either. Let's change that somewhere in the middle. Is that good? Okay, you look a little bit less like a fucking, human furry hybrid. What do you call someone who wants to be a pig? Pigs don't have fur. Asking all the important questions out here today. So I'm focusing a little bit on what this looks like. By the way, please feel free to skip the character creation if that's not your thing. I like to get quite into it because I know we're going to be with this character for potentially thousands and thousands of hours. Not thousands of hours, but one playthrough can last a very long time on this game. I talk from experience, trust me. But don't worry, since it's a YouTube one, I will probably not fill it with absolute fluff like I normally would if I'm playing on my own. There you go, that's fixed his nose. You're actually a pretty sexy boy, considering I made you on the base game. That's very rare. They normally look absolutely disgusting. Okay, eyelids. I love that there's a slider for eyelids. Yes, I'd like some eyelids, please. No, you look too bug-eyed. There's no good place to sit this, because the eyes just look really strange in this game. They change their position a little bit, and they tend to look better when they're sort of buried into your skull. Doesn't really make any sense, but, No, that's eyebrow. No, I want actual eye depth. There we go, sorry. I'm messing with his face by accident. I'm not even paying attention to what it's doing. Yeah, there you go. You look a bit cooler with your eyes shrunken into your head like that. There we go. Kinda gross to think about, but it's true, right? We've got a pretty... I know he looks like a fucking potato still, sort of, but as Mountain Blade standards, we've made a very sexy man. Hollywood should fucking hire me. I'd be this guy's agent, you know, on account of the fact I fucking built him. I don't think he has much of a choice in this matter. You know what? You look pretty perfect. I don't want to mess with something and accidentally just make tumors start growing out of his ear holes or something. I don't know. I don't want to mess with this. He's looking good. He's looking good. I like the hair. He's a little bit of an emo boy, but that's what he is. Like, he had a terrible childhood. And now he's like a heartthrob musician, and I like that. Do I want black hair, or do I want to... Oh, that's ginger. No. No. Kind of like the dark brown, but black looks good too. Let's have real dark brown. There we go. So no one can even notice. And we're going to scroll through beards. No. Normally, I can't resist a beard in like a big, sexy medieval RPG. What the fuck is that? Yeah, okay, my face has gone through the beard here. Like I said, old game, a few problems, but it is absolutely a beautiful passion project. Like Mountain Blade, if you don't know, started out as like a husband and wife project. Trying to build like a realistic RPG back in the days where most medieval things were fantasy. You know what? I quite like that. Because I was wishing, like, man, I would love to start him out clean shaven, then after he overcomes, like a big old story arc or whatever, like his face, the hairs in his face just explode from his body or something, I don't know. And he actually grows a badass beard. But you know what? That pathetic thing that looks like it's sort of drawn on, and you've just hung a rat's tail from it. It sort of suits you, buddy. But I might end up hating it. I don't know. You look a bit like Adam Driver, don't you? That's not the vibe I was going for. But I think we're done with you. I think I like the way you look. Well, there we go. Hopefully people who decided to skip character creation have arrived back here. Here we go. You hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy. A haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great dangers and even greater opportunities, you believe you may leave your past behind and start a new life. You feel that finally, you hold the key of your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, great adventures will await you. Drawn by the stories you hear about Calradia and its kingdoms, you join a caravan to Praven in the Kingdom of Swadia, Kingdom of Vegas, Kanat, I don't know. Karnat, I guess it's Karnat, because they have Khans? I guess, I don't know. Kingdom of Nords, Kingdom of Rodok, Sarranid Sultanate. My favorite kingdom is the Kingdom of Swadia. But that doesn't mean I want to go there first. Let's go somewhere weird. Let's join a caravan to Raveninn to the Kingdom of Vegas. Let's hang out there for a while. I like the Vegas. You have come through the Vega Highlands, a plateau exposed to the bitter winds from the north. The land here is frozen for most of the year, but the forests are rich with fur-bearing game, and the rivers are teeming with fish. The riches of the land draw the traders, but the traders in turn draw bandits. You saw the occasional dark figure mounted on a shaggy pony, watching the passage of your caravan from a snowy ridge, and were glad when the spires of Raveninn came into view across the wide valley of the Bolak River. You're exhausted by the time you find the inn in Raveninn and fall asleep quickly. However, you awake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which is still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end. The rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Oh my god, it's given me only throwing knives! Purely throwing knives to deal with this big man! Okay, you better... Yeah, that's right. No, it still hits him in the fucking shield. This is a really rough start. I have never had a start that is only... Oh, I have a sword. Okay. I didn't think I had a sword. I got really scared. Here we go. I love the fucking opening combat. It's so adorable considering what will come later. Yeah, fuck you, bandit. Killed by Kyrus Moongaze. My first kill of all things. Merchant of Raveninn. Are you all right? Well, I guess you're alive, at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night. Although, heavens knows he won't be the last. Anyway, maybe you can help me out with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the street. And then, finally convinced you have not been followed, comes near you to speak. Why, hello, sir. Come closer. Come as close as you want. What a beautiful house you have. Holy shit. This is his bedroom. His bedroom is the hallway. Fuck knows what he has behind all of these. What an absolute psychopath. I don't trust you. Only an absolute schizophrenic would have their house around like this. Talk to me. Now, let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigands in the hills, driven to banditry by war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild to... By the way, I'm sick, so if I'm struggling to do a little bit of the talking, or I'm a bit less than unusual, I don't know, like energetic and shit, that would be why. But hopefully in a couple of parts, I will be just fine again. However, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers. Fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls, who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house out alone after dark in times like these? Well, I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here, and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse, but he's family. So what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking you can't protect your investments either. And I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about ransom, but I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with a blade, and more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly or you wouldn't be coming to Calradia to seek your fortune. So, here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, and get my brother back safe. In return, you'll get my everlasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? I'm interested. You won't be able to do this by yourself, though. If you try and take on the whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted, I'll warrant. You'll first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads in the villages around here looking for a bit of work that's more interesting than tilling the soil or hauling water. They'll follow you if you pay. So, take this purse of 100 dinars. Consider it an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use the money to hire some help. I'll reckon that you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. Very good, sir. I'll collect some men from around the villages. Good! You can find me again in the tavern here in Ravenholm after you've got your group together. Then we'll speak about what to do next. Blah blah blah, first quest. Oh yes! Now let's have a little look around, shall we? Actually, no, I pressed tab. I remember what I'm doing. And hello, Ravenholm, and hello, deserters. Yeah, we want nothing to do with you. Hello, King Yaraglex party. I'm going to quickly have a look at my inventory and see what we got. We got ourselves some smoked fish, which ups morale and feeds us for a little while. We actually do have a crossbow. In which case, go fuck yourself throwing knives and hello, bolts. Crossbows are just much more wieldy, if you know what I mean. Much easier to use, and I like it that way. And we didn't even get some terrible equipment to start with. Have we even got a horse? I didn't notice that. I mean, it's a crippled horse, but that's fine. It's like swaybacked or whatever. That's probably a disease. And let's make our way into the tavern. And we've already found some hired blades, who do tend to be very expensive. But hey, you look like my dad. You look pretty much exactly like my guy, but I don't know, a little bit sexier with that manly ass beard. Mine just looks like a little bit of spaghetti. So let's not worry about that right now. There's the Merchant of Ravenholm. Can I have you? I can have one of you. Hired blades, however, are very damn good at their job. But it is all my money. We may be able to do it. We won't be able to do the whole thing, but we may be able to do a couple of fights if I have one of you with me. Hired blades are amazing. You'll not be disappointed, sir. You will not find better warriors in all Calradia. Well, I mean, it's one warrior. And I've left most of the... I probably got the straggler. I doubt that one of you would normally come for like 188 bucks. And welcome to the streets. Man, this is nostalgic. I haven't played this game in so... Oh my god, put that away. And I put it away. Oh, fuck, I don't remember how to put things away. Let's have a little look around the market, shall we? Make our way to the goods merchant. I can maybe sell my throwing knives and... How to make a 17 gold, which is fuck all, but we need something. I also have no money or anything. I mean, I have no armor for like my head or anything, and terrible armor everywhere else. So where do I want to go? Ah, let's meet the guildmaster. That's a good idea. Hello, stranger. You seem to be new to Ravenholm. I'm the guildmaster of the town. Well, we might have a job for us, which would mean we can make a shitload of money. One of the merchants here is looking for herdsmen to take his cattle to the market at Kudan. I'm terrible at that. So no, I will not be doing that. I'm sorry, but no, yeah, the job will still be around. Probably pissed off Ravenholm a bit, but who cares? We're going to make our way out of here and hopefully make some money at the villages. Better yet, the money, let's get some goddamn recruits. You've not met the village elder yet. Can I have anybody? One Vega recruit. Well, there we go. We got a boy. Boys are good signs. Make our way to the village center, and I even get to ride my horse! Oh, dude. It feels so good being back in the world of Mount and Blade. Genuinely, one of my favorite games of all fucking time. And I cannot wait for the sequel. But I'm just gonna have to tide myself over for a few days, and potentially until it comes out of early access. Sometimes it looks like this game is still in early access, to be honest, but I just love it. It's so fucking charming. Hello, old boy. What you got for me? Good day, sir, and welcome to Aik. I'm the elder of this village. Have you seen any enemies around here recently? No war parties in the area? Do you have any tasks I can help you with? We're suffering greatly at the hands of a group of bandits. They take our food, our livestock, and kill anyone who doesn't obey them immediately. Our men are angry that we cannot defend ourselves, but we are only simple farmers. However, with some help, I think that some of the people here could be more than that. We just need an experienced warrior to teach us how to fight. Oh, fuck yes, that's an easy one. I can teach you how to defend yourself. I do have a training ability as well, don't I? So that is good. You will? Oh, splendid! We will be deeply indebted to you, sir. I'll instruct the village folk to assemble here and receive your training. If you can teach us how to defend ourselves, I promise you'll receive everything we can give you in return for your efforts. Not only this, but this will make the village absolutely love us as well. Now, how do I train you boys again? I don't remember. I think maybe we have to leave the village. So let's leave the village and then here we go. Train the peasants. Let's fucking do it. It's the party member with the highest training skill. 2. You expect that the peasants will be... It will take 10 hours. I'm not that strong. Okay, this is going to take a long time, but it will be worth it. There are so many bandits going around here. There's going to be a camp out here somewhere, isn't there? 1 peasant has obedience enough to go fully grasp the training and ready for some practice. Right, well this is how you train peasants. You get into a fight with them with a couple of pole arms. I guarantee you I will absolutely kick the ever-loving fuck out of these guys. Because peasants are still absolutely useless no matter how weak you are, no matter how early in the game you are. I will always destroy you. A lot of the times they will come at you in like 5 at a time though, so that is a thing. After beating your last opponent, you explain to the peasants how to better defend themselves against such an attack. Hopefully they will take the experience on board and be better prepared next time. Well, for now then, I'm going to keep doing this and I will see you guys as soon as we have finished training them. And made a shitload of money.